Shalom Akim, Yahweh Shem, Yahushua Shem, Kwakadash, but I'm not sure DC camp with another lesson to the Father since I came in the walk of Yahweh Shai in serious sincerity and truth. Double honors and salutations to the elders and apostle group and storm the well. And you can see the little clip on the screens from the National Science Foundation here in the United States, and they had that little so-called press conference, to display what they so-called discovered, the image of a black hole, that they saw in the heavens. So it just lets you know, man, Esau's on a quest to search the heavens. He's obsessed, with his technology, with his pseudoscience to deceive the people, So the best of knowledge that you could ever have is knowledge of the Holy Scriptures. That way you have a better understanding of how the Lord set things in motion. All right. So Esau is just, a late comer, and you know how it is, man. He's doing his darnest best to see what the Lord Abba Shema Shai has set up there. So it's beautiful, man, that all the signs the Lord Abba Shema Shai is revealing in these last days, man, because it's all part of prophecy. Because it's Edomites, man, and the so-called counterparts, the heathens from the other nations, they're all deep into Esau's science too. They're searching the heavens. They got their so-called rockets and their so-called, flight simulations and all their research to see what's going on up there. And talk about their agenda for a space race. But nonetheless, man, it's all part of prophecy, because the scripture talks about in the last days, man, the Lord Yahweh Shai is going to show some signs in the heavens. So I'll play this video, I already skipped to the important part.
And taken a picture of a black hole. Here it is.
And that's exactly what Esau's after, man. He's after the knowledge of the Lord Yahweh Shai, that he may have a great opportunity, a greater possibility of defeating the Lord. But that's not going to happen. The creature always trying to hasten above his maker. That's a big no-no. Because the Lord Yahweh Shai is the master. All right. And hey, there's nothing Esau can do to overthrow the Lord Yahweh Shai. All right, so I'm gonna get some quick precept now. So this is gonna be from the book of Isaiah chapter 5, it's like chapter 50, verse 3. All right, so this is Isaiah chapter 50, verse 3. So it says, I clothe the heavens with blackness, and I make sackcloth their covering. All right. So that's how the Lord Abba Shai set up the foundation of the heavens from the beginning. If you read the book of Genesis, it lets you know, man, when it said there was light, let there be light. Just lets you know that the whole space was void, was darkness. All right. And then the Lord gave, his angels, including Yahushua, the blueprint to do what had to be done to create the planets, the galaxies, the earth, the moon, the sun, the seas, the creatures, the moving creatures, and then man upon the earth. So it's no big surprise that Esau too wants to verify what the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai has been doing. He wants to look into the scriptures. They read the scriptures too, man. Don't be alarmed if you see scientists quoting from the book of Genesis. They use the scriptures as a reference guide to search the heavens. All right. So it's beautiful that Lord Yahweh Shema Shai is revealing, little glimpse of his power in his last days. All right. And then you're going to look at the book of Joel chapter 2 and verse 30. Alright, because Esau's obsessed with the heavens, alright? So it says, I'll start from verse 29. And also upon the servants and upon the handmaids in those days will I pour out my spirit. Alright, just, in the last days, people are going to start having visions. The Lord's going to reveal a lot of things. Alright, and then verse 30 says, and I will shew wonders in the heavens and in the earth, blood and fire and pillars of smoke. Alright, and then verse 31 says, the sun shall be turned into darkness and the moon into blood before the great and terrible day of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Ba'ashem Kwakadash come. Alright, so it's going to be chaotic in these last days, man, because a lot of folks don't understand that the demise of Esau's rulership is on its way, man. It's already on course. Alright, and then you get another precept from the book of Sirach. Alright, chapter let's get chapter 16 verse 18, and then it says, behold the heaven and the heaven of heavens, the deep and the earth, all that therein is shall be moved when he shall visit. Alright, so when all hell breaks loose, man, in the heavens, when the Lord Yahweh shall reveals his entourage, his fleet of angels, his holy angels, and Lord Yahushua, it's going to be a scary sight, for the enemies of the Lord. Alright, then verse 19 says, the mountains also and the foundations of the earth shall be shaken with trembling when the Lord looketh upon them. Alright, so it's going to be so scary, man. A lot of these so-called scientists, they have an understanding. They read the scriptures, so they have an inkling of what's about to happen, So they're doing their best to come up with all kinds of discoveries, all right? And then you look at the book of Psalms, chapter 73, verse 9. All right, so according to what the elite are doing, so it says, they are corrupt. This is verse 8. They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily. They set their mouths against the heavens, and their tongue walketh through the earth. All right, so they do their best, to keep, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans down, because they know that they are the Israelites that the Bible speaks of. The so-called Negroes, so-called Latinos, so-called Native Americans are the Israelites that the Bible speaks of. So Esau will do his best, to make mockery and push Jacob balance. So that way Jacob be far away from his power, Lord Yahweh Shema Shai, so he could take advantage of him. So this season of Esau's rulership, he's going to understand that the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai is not about all that deception. That the real deception, is going to fall upon his Edomites, man. When the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai, removes them from power, and their grip on power is all the loosening, and you see the prophets on the highways and byways, so that's a beautiful thing. And then you look at the book of Jeremiah, chapter 31, verse 37. Right, so it says, thus said the Lord, you know what, I'll start on verse 36. If those ordinances depart from me, said the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai, then the seed of Israel also shall cease from being a nation before me. Thus said the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Kwakwadash, if heaven above can be measured, and the foundations of the earth searched out, I will also cast off all the seed of Israel from all that they have done, said the Lord. Alright, so that's exactly what Esau's always about, man. He wants the Lord to cast off his people, to cast off the seed of Israel, so that the Edomites, could hold on to that, that so-called rulership that they've been craving for. Alright, but the Lord said that's not going to happen. That's why they have the so-called scientists and the so-called instruments trying to measure the distance from one so-called planet to another, trying to check the depth of the sea, the weight of the sun, the how large the sun is, how far it is from the earth, and all that stuff. So it just lets you know, man, Esau's not gonna stop until the Lord Yabashima Shai, knocks him out. All right. So that's beautiful to understand, man. The Lord Yabashima Shai is revealing all these things in the last days, man, because folks don't understand, man, that this elite's the main business. They want to, they want to do everything they can, to dominate the earth. But the Lord Yabashima Shai is not going to have it, all right? So I say, Kahala Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Bashim Rakwakadash, double honors and salutations to those an apostle who grew up in strong rule well, and I kept fighting for the sincerity and the love of Yabashima Shai. Keep pushing. We're almost out of here. There's so much more the Lord's going to reveal in these last days. So, we can't give up, all right? Stay strong in the faith. Shalom.